Mm. All right, so this is the last one I'll share before we get to the main topic. And this one I think is important because it speaks to, I think, one of the first things that the first video I played, right? Where we saw the second video, I think it was, but it was dealing with the intimate partner violence situation where the woman was swinging on the man. And I pointed out that men's reservation about dealing with that is not about fear of women's physical prowess. It's about what policies go along with that can further damage his life simply because he was accused or because he attempted to restrain her, right? So hopefully you can see this piece here. This you can find on the postmillennial.com. Iowa woman arrested for making false 911 claims against man after getting cold feet before date. Woman accused her date of being a domestic abuser after getting cold feet. So there's an image of her there. Okay. And essentially what we're talking about here is the abuse of the public trust as far as this idea of female victimization. Right? So when women are under threat due to violence, this kind of unspoken notion, which became a hashtag eventually of believe all women, has been going on for decades, right? But has it been abused? You know, many feminists have argued it hasn't been. Many men have argued that it has. But let's read what this is about. An Iowa woman was detained by police after making a false police report because she got cold feet about a date with a man she met on a dating app. Maya Thomas, 18, had scheduled a date with a man she met on the app. When he showed up at her house, she called 911, claiming he was her ex-boyfriend, a domestic abuser, and that she was pregnant with his baby in order to get out of the date, according to the complaint and affidavit obtained by Law and Crime. Thomas also told police she had known the man for years and that he wouldn't leave her alone. She reported him threatening to cause harm to her, court documents stated. When police responded to the home, they found the man who was leaving the premises. He informed police that he had been speaking with Thomas just a week prior on the dating app, and they had started texting. He showed the police the text messages to verify his story. He was detained for over an hour due to the accusations. The conversation showed he was being honest, and he really did just meet the female, court documents confirmed. After repeated questioning by investigators, Thomas admitted she made a false report because she got cold feet about the date. She explained that she did not think the police would help her unless she fabricated the story. Thomas was arrested, released from jail, and charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of false reporting. Right? So that's the end of that there. So now, how would that have gone if he didn't keep or have on his person that record of texts from a dating app? Now, you can't go to somebody's house after meeting them on a dating app unless they, provided you the address and invited you, right? You had to fabricate the story because the actual story would just make her look crazy. She just changed her mind, which she could have articulated. She didn't even have to open the door. It would have been rude, but she could have said, you know what, I don't want to do it. He might have been annoyed, but he more than likely would have went his own way. Instead, she fabricated a story because she could. And she knew for the most part she would be believed. Because in the kind of current environment we live in, if you're accused as a man of something, sexually inappropriate or dangerous or threatening to a woman, that's about all that needs to be said. Had he not had that on his person, he more than likely would have been arrested. This is a lot of power to give slightly more than half of the public demographic simply because they exist. But this is what we're dealing with. This is the environment that men are finding themselves in. This means not only if somebody's pissed off at you, but if somebody takes a disliking to you and you have nothing to do with it, if you don't even know about it, your reputation, your freedom, all of that can be thrown into question simply because. Now, we've seen incident after incident of men having video recordings on their phones that have literally saved them from months, if not years of prison time behind a false accusation. But if not for those records and if not for those videos, those men in those moments would have been going down. And that is a little too much to leave at the hands of fate. We don't always get video. We don't always keep text. Some people don't. I do, but you get the idea. This is a lot to put on a random person and hope that they're able to get through it. But luckily he had that on him. It saved him. But these are the dangers we live with. I just wanted to kind of be clear on this last one. As I said, it ties to the first video of intimate partner violence I showed at the beginning, because there's a clear understanding that men have these days that the environment could easily be turned against them on a word, even if that word is false. And what it's doing is it's causing a lot of men to withdraw. Now, of course, we're getting critiqued on the back end for withdrawing, but there's nothing else you can really do in response to this type of treatment. So anyway.